everything is looking good for our fall catch-up planting. We are trying to play catch-up from all that we didn't get started in the summer that should have been planted by late summer, early fall, and then perhaps started harvesting midwinter. But now we're late fall coming into winter in a couple of days, and there's so much that we've got to get planted, which will put our harvesting off on a lot of things until spring, but it's better, literally better late than not. A lot of these things that you're looking at here are not things that I'm going to be going to the store to buy, so if I don't grow it, we don't eat it. But as we look at these different trays here, and just excuse the lights, and some of these need to be watered actually, you can see this particular tray is kohlrabi. We did two different types. We did the Cossack, which is the one that we had the most success with this past season. Very nice storage size ones. I was just really impressed with that. Our purple Vienna, I really like the leaves from it. So even if the roots don't do well, I tend to be okay because the leaves have a very nice texture and a nice flavor that I don't mind just sauteing up like you would like some kale or something like that. So you can see this tray is very nice and full. Everything is sprouting up about the same time. However, if we move over, you will see an error that I made, and this is probably what resulted from me sowing seeds late at night, just not thinking, trying to get things done. The first two rows that you see where there is nothing at the bottom part of the screen, that is going to be two different types of parsley. One row is our curly parsley and the other is our giant flat leaf. Parsley takes a while to germinate, which is the error. On the other end of this tray, we have celery, which also takes a while to germinate. I personally use bottom heat to germinate both of those. It speeds up germination, and as long as you take the heat off fairly quickly after sprouting, there's not usually any problem whatsoever. But you can see there in the middle, fennel, and it's completely up and looking good. But two things that you have to do once your plants have sprouted and coming up like that, you need to add light, you need to remove the humidity dome. Three things. And if you are using a heat mat, as I do, you need to remove the heat mat. So that's great for the fennel, not so great for my parsley and my celery. Now, this is the mistake. This is the warning. Pay attention to your germination times. Things that take anywhere from 10 to, parsley can take up to 28 days, I've been told. I've never had it take that long, but it can. And celery can also take quite a while to germinate. For us, it's usually around 2 weeks because we do use the humidity dome, about 10 days, I say. Humidity dome and heat mat. But that is not going to be the case with this particular set of plants that I've planted. The celery as well as the parsley are now going to take probably the maximum amount of time because I've had to remove that humidity dome, and I've had to remove that bottom heat as well. So this creates more work for me as well because celery and parsley, they are very small seeds. So the celery is actually surface sown and the parsley is just barely covered. So I now have to, because the humidity dome is gone, I have to really pay attention to the moisture level on this tray to make sure that those seeds don't dry out while they're trying to germinate. So this tray is going to be a little bit of a problem for me. What have we learned, people? What have we learned? pay attention to germination times. Sow things together in trays together. If you have to divide up a tray of 72, say you need to do 24 of something, 24 of something, and 24 of something, make sure those 3 items have close to the same germination times. Yeah, that's all I can say. That is a rookie mistake. And although I don't consider myself a rookie anymore, it just goes to show you when you're not paying attention and not clearly thinking, you can do anything. So I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm just going to pay attention to this particular tray and know that every time I have to come over and spray it, that's my fault for not paying attention to my seed germination times. All right. So I just wanted to give that quick warning to you guys. Also, we are in lower Alabama on the Florida-Georgia line, and it's pretty chilly the last few days. We've been in the 30s, and things like this tray here is all lettuce on the far end of the screen, different types, and we will probably be planting them in the cover of the high tunnel. If you do not have a protected area to plant things right now, just make sure that the plants that you are planting are cold hardy if you're in our area, and make sure that you get them to a good size, because even plants that are cold hardy, if you put them out there like this fennel, if you put it out there at a small seedling stage, it's not going to be able to handle the frost. It will die. So just pay attention to that. Read the back of those packets. They actually, although I personally don't do all of my planting by those seed packets, it's good to read the instructions. And if you are new to gardening, just consider those seed packets your handbook. And they actually have quite a good bit of useful information about the crops that you're going to be planting. So don't take it for granted. As my husband would say, reading is essential. All right, guys. I know it's been a while. Sorry I can't show my face. I don't feel that great. But I had to laugh at myself. And feel free to laugh with me. See you on the next adventure. Have a good one. Bye.